Their TV broke.
And I'm really disgusted. Seems like somebody with a business would at least get back to you.
They trusted this TV repairman to fix it months ago.
Hey, David. I'm Dan Tilkin with Channel 6. I want to talk to you about your business dealings.
And those business dealings, some customers brought their TVs to him, and they've never seen those TVs again.
Our Dan Tilkin is here now with this Coin 6 consumer alert.
Oh, for months, customers say they have been getting the runaround from this man with strong online reviews. Despite the heartfelt excuses from this business owner, these customers want others to beware. Where did your TV used to be?
Well, it used to sit here.
The TV in Melba and Jim Klinker's living room right now is not the one they took to Premium TV Repair Tech and Electronics on Southeast Division. An owner, David Kazim.
And he said he could fix it the next day. And I said, well, payday's not till Monday, so we'll come and pick it up Monday. Went in there Monday, and since then, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You can't get a hold of him?
I got a hold of him twice. I stopped in. My husband stopped in once.
And it's been how many months?
October.
October.
Yeah.
And you still don't have your TV?
No.
They're not alone. Another customer filed this complaint with the Oregon Attorney General. He also dropped off his TV before Halloween. He says he has called repeatedly and they are unreachable. That customer tells us he's just like the Klinkers. Still, no TV. Hey, David. I'm Dan Tilkin with Channel 6. I want to talk to you about your business dealings.
Yeah, sure.
Lots of folks say you got their TVs and you're not giving them back.
No, I do. I just had some family things. My best friend died April or August last year, and my brother died in December, and just had a lot of hard times. And I'm just kind of here trying to work, and I'm shut down officially, but just trying to get them back their TVs.
Okay, Melba Klinker says she's been calling you since October and nothing.
No, I know. I've just been trying to handle it on the workload that I can, sir. You know, I'm not trying to run from anybody. I'm just trying to do it piece by piece. I sat here in a depressive state, and you know, didn't do what I should have been doing.
So what's going to happen now? You going to call these people up and give them their stuff back?
Yes, sir. I am.
While his customers may have sympathy for what he's been through, some of the complaints began well before his grief. Like Norman Panion.
I'd like to see my $500 back, but I don't. That's just a pipe dream now, I think.
So here's the TV.
Panion showed us pictures of the refurbished TV he bought from David Kazim last April. Panion says it sits in his home after it stopped working. He filed this complaint with the Attorney General in May. 10 months now. 10 months, you got a TV that doesn't work, and he won't honor the warranty.
Right. And he offered to refund my money, and hasn't done that either.
I get 3 different TVs, and it was something he was doing to the TVs, clearly. I mean, I've never, you know, but he's welcome to take me to court. That has nothing to do with what's been going on.
If you look on Yelp, you'll see Kazim and his business have a great rating, 4 stars. But if you click on the reviews Yelp has hidden and classified as not currently recommended, you will see 6 one-star ratings. Those are not factored into his overall rating. This post is from 2015. Cole Edmondson wrote and told us by phone he continually made excuses for not doing what he said he would do. He told me that it was my fault he didn't call me because I didn't text him a reminder. It's really weird because you look on Yelp and you could either get a 5-star rating or a 1-star.
No, I had excellent ratings, and I still do. If I just got to get my business back, and I'm trying to get on my feet. That's why I'm here right now. As hopeless as it feels sometimes, you know. Just keep doing the right thing.
While we were talking to Kazim, he made a promise to find the TV that belongs to Melba and Jim Klinker and fix it for free.
I'll do it within the hour. I'll get a hold of it right now.
Because we're going to wait here because she doesn't believe you.
That's fine. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me go in. I'll find the TV and we'll get it taken care of.
In that hour, Kazim did call the Klinkers, but he wouldn't let us inside the store to see the TV for ourselves. After waiting for him to come back outside, Kazim would only talk by phone. I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from your clients about the progress you're making and to updating our story. But
yeah, no, I give you that commitment already. You don't have to even ask. I don't mind doing that. I want you to know.
The city of Gresham tells us Kazim does not have a business license. Also, Kazim's landlord evicted him, and a court order says he was supposed to be out a week ago. But the landlord told me today they're going to have to get the sheriff to get him out of that building. Kazim told me he is planning to open another location.
You know, Dan, you said it in this story. He's had such good reviews. So what's your advice for folks who look on Yelp and see those reviews?
Well, Yelp has some sort of algorithm where they hide a lot of the reviews. So you have to go down and find the link. It's in very faint writing that says these are not recommended. Click on those and read those. Decide for yourself whether those are legitimate posts. I found one of those people to be a real person, and he was been upset. You can also go to the Oregon Attorney General's website, and you can click on there and read about complaints about a business. We've put a link for people at coin.com to check on that. Also check with the Better Business Bureau. Again, my advice when hiring anybody who you don't know, ask a friend for advice. You know anybody who's good at doing this?
Yes.
Ask a friend.
Did the Clinkers get their TV back?
No, I talked to them yesterday. They have not heard from him since then, and 2 other people that I gave them phone numbers. Hey, these are your customers. I want to hear from you. They haven't heard from him. Don't know what's going on.
Well, you'll keep us updated.
Work in progress.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. In other news tonight, a motion